So right guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video on us 190, we've got a few little issues we've got to fix. If you did see my previous video, we actually got it started. So for this video, we've got a aerial to fix, a sunroof to fix, a radio to fix. We've got some crankcase breather hoses to change. We've got some idle control valve hoses to change. We've also got a top radiator hose. We've got a driver's wing mirror to fix. We've got some welding on passenger rear jacking point to fix. We've also got the backlights, fog clocks. Only one bulb's working, so that's one thing we've got to look at. So there's plenty going on in this video, so stay tuned. We'll get onto the driveway and we'll make a start. Right, so for those of you that actually watched the first video on this, I did mention that somebody had a go at trying to fix it, and this is also the case with his aerial as well, because we've just got wires, more wires that somebody's put an aerial on and not tried to fix it. So we're going to get all these wires connected, and hopefully that's one issue why it's probably not working. But unless it's a fuse with sunroof, radio, they're all not saying fuse, I'm not quite sure. But they've had this trim off, they put a new aerial on and not been bothered to fix it. So we're going to get all these wires connected, then we'll move on to having a look at some fuses. So we're just going to connect these wires with some soldered heat shrink joints. Some of you in comments are going to be like, oh, he's used a lighter, but I didn't have an heat gun to hand, so I just used a lighter. Right, now that's all as aerial connected. I mean, I've just gone blue to white, red to red. We've already got as earth wire connected here onto this nut, so I just thought I'll go red to red, blue to white, and hope it works. So let's move on. So let's have a look at fuses. Let's see if any of these fuses have blown first. Right, so before we dive into the fuse box, I'm going to get battery test. I've been sent this awesome little battery analyzer from King Bolan. It's the King Bolan BM550 battery tester. Because in my previous video, I said I never got my battery tested. I just put it on charge, see if it works. So we're going to get this battery tester on, see if battery's actually any good at all. So let me show you what it does. So connect it to your positive and negative on your battery, then you'll get this little screen pop up that says 6, 12 or 24 volt option. We'll leave it on 12 volt because we're testing a car battery. Then you've got your option screen for your cold cranking amps. Mine's a 540 CCA battery, so we're going to set it to 540, and it's as simple as pressing OK. Give it a couple of seconds and it'll bring up this screen which will tell you state of your battery. So that's how simple it is to use this battery analyzer. It's showing 58% state of health, 38% state of charge, but I have, since charging it, I've not run the car. I've just been turning it on, turning it off, checking sure things work. So I've had ignition on, lights on, etc. So if you do want to grab one of these battery chargers, I will link them in the description below. Click that link. I don't think there's any code because they're pretty cheap as it is, but click that link and get yourself a battery tester. If you're a full-blown mechanic or you just like messing about on weekends, go grab yourself one of these because they're absolutely perfect for what we're doing. Thanks, King Bolan. So let's get back to work. So, as shows the description at the top of our fuse box lid is the root of all our problems. Cigarette lighter, glove compartment lamp, heated rear window, radio, sunroof. Turns out they all run off the same fuse. Swap them out, straight away everything came back to life. Aerial, radio and sunroof. Ignition on. We've got radio. We've got radio. So it must have just been the fuse. So yeah, we've got radio. It must have just been fuse. I can see there. His aerial's gone up as well. One last check. We'll check his sunroof. Moment of truth. Yes. Now we've got a fully functioning sunroof as well. See if it shuts. Perfect. Right, so now that's a few little minor issues fixed on interior, like a sunroof and his aerial, which you've just seen is now all working. There's a few more issues on interior. His clocks don't light up fully. They only light up on one side, but I think these are just two bulbs. So I'm hoping it's just a bulb that'll fix that. His adjuster for his driver's wing mirror, obviously it's not electric, so it's a manual adjuster. We've not got one of them. That's left the chat. But we have got something to fix that, which we're going to do now. So let's get on with driver's wing mirror. Then we can have a look at getting these clocks out and seeing if it is the bulb that needs replacing. Fingers crossed it is, so let's make a start. Come on. Right, so we've got his driver's wing mirror off. Pretty simple, 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. This is where his arm's supposed to connect onto, so we can adjust his mirror. This has not got one. This is why when I bought the new control arm, or the adjustable arm, this is why I couldn't fit it. There's nothing for it to connect onto. All inside of it is missing. So I've had to buy a new wing mirror, which I'll show you. I have gone a little bit different, because if you look, this is this side for like a right hand drive car, because on these they have different wing mirrors, 1 foot driver's side and 1 foot passenger side. They're a different size, but I've gone for both same size. So let's get it all back together. Well, that's his wing mirror on. One of the easiest wing mirrors I've ever had to fit. So we've got one last little thing, because as you can see here, we've got just the arm front wing mirror, and in this little bag is his finishing touches. So it's just his handle for his arm. To fit this, it's as simple as putting a screwdriver in this hole to take this cap out. Then we just slide it over his arm, pop his cap back in, and it's as simple as that. Job done. Another one ticked off. So now we're going to move on to disconnecting these clocks. They're not even screwed in. We just need to get a trim tool down either side, pull them out, and then there's throttle cable for rev counter, which we need to unscrew it back. We can't pull it out too much because it'll stretch cable and then you'll end up with a bouncy needle for your speedo. So let's get these trim tools in. Let's see if we can get these pulled out and have a look at these bulbs. So clocks only pull out so far. So easy thing, what I took this driver's side heater vent out, undid this switch. They're just on 4 little clips into dashboard, so I could get access to speedo cable. It's pretty easy to unscrew. It's not overly tight. You can just do it by hand. So we unscrewed that, pulled it out, and then bulbs. Here, look. And I think that's why his clocks are not lighting up. So we need to get 2 more of them and get it all back together. Right, so now his new bulbs have turned up for his clocks. I got these bulbs from Classic Car LEDs. I will leave a link in description below if you want to go check them out, grab some new LED bulbs. Super fast delivery, super good quality. So let's get them in, let's have a look, see what they look like. So once again, massive shout out to Classic Car LEDs for hooking me up with these LED lights for his clocks. We've got the proper 80s vibe going on now. It's all glowing again. If you are enjoying the video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now let's move around to engine bay and let's get some of these pipes changed over. So to access these pipes, what we're going to be swapping, it's a case of dropping airbox back off, 4 bolts, 8 clips, pull that out, and then I'll show you what pipes we're going to be changing. So pipes we're going to change is this one here, which goes onto his crankcase breather, and down here there's one on his idle control valve, which on my previous video I did say that probably wants changing because it's a little bit loose and what have you. So let's make a start on this top hose. Unfortunately, I couldn't show you bottom idle control valve hose because I just couldn't get underneath with camera, but we have changed that as well. Right, so if you've just seen, we've swapped all the crankcase breather hoses and there's a little one on his idle control valve. Next job we've got is this little radiator hose here. This is what we're going to swap because it's very flimsy and it has got a bulge next to this water pump here, so it's only 2 Jubilee clips. We'll get that off, get new one back on. So let's get to the garage and let's have a look at this welding. So as you can see, you can actually see floor through back at car. So this is why we had to go get some welding done, because there's jacking points completely missing. First job is to take his wheel off so we can get access to his jacking point, so we can get his grinder in and his Dremel tool so we can clean all areas up, see what bits we actually need to weld in. Then we can start by getting his piece cut and get it all put back in. So now we've ground out his areas, we're just going to get a piece of cardboard, we're going to fold it into place and get his template so we can cut it out of a sheet of metal. So now we've got his template roughly the size we think we're going to need. I'm going to start to draw around it on a piece of steel, then we can go cut this outline out with the grinder. Right, so that's his template cut. Now we can start manipulating it to the shape we're going to need to fit it where we're going to put it. So that's looking pretty good to me. Next job, let's get it welded onto the car. So that's part one at welding done. It's definitely looking better than having a big hole in floor. Yes, I know we still need to flat his welds off and put some sealer on it, but it's better than what it was. Right, so we fixed bottom bit. Never had a welder in my hand in my life. First time for everything. So we're going to weld this top bit in, see how it goes. It can only go one way. I'm either going to blow a hole in floor or it's going to be alright. So let's do it. I mean, by all means, it's not obviously perfect. I've never had a welder in my hand, but for the first time, it's not too bad. So it was my time to put welder down, pass it over to Lewis, and let him finish the job off. And here's the finished product. It looks a hell of a lot better now. It's got some seam sealer on it, some primer. We also get it a quick Schultz on underside to get that extra added protection. These better welds out there, don't get me wrong, but it does exactly what it's supposed to do, strengthen his car and get rid of his holes. Right guys, so now we're back home. That kind of concludes this video. A few more little jobs ticked off on this 190E. As aerial sorted, sunroof, radio working. We've got his new hoses in. His clock lights are now working. His jacking points is now all solid. There's still loads left to do on this, but we are heading in the right direction. So if you are enjoying this build, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below and I'll see you in the next one.